Welcome Virgo, this is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your August full moon reading. The August full moon is on the 11th in Aquarius, and it's called the Sturgeon Moon because the sturgeon is one of the oldest species on the planet. So our key concepts, our key focus is on flexibility, adaptability, and even mutability. How can we change? How can we adapt to different environmental changes that are occurring around us, that continuously happen around us, so that we can survive and even thrive? For Virgo, the Aquarius full moon is going to be impacting your 6th house. This is your natural house. Of service, of working with others, working with co-workers, and your health, your routines, and your habits. So this is going to be particularly relevant for Virgo rising. And then also, I want to thank all of you who have liked, subscribed, commented, donated, and supported me in all the ways that you do. It's greatly appreciated. I cannot do this without your support. So thank you for that. Let's get started, Virgo, with your overall energy for the second half of August. And that's the Devil. The Devil card is indicating that you are looking at your responsibilities, the choices that you have available to you right now. You have a choice to stick with the way you've always done things, and that could be in response to the expectations and needs of others. So as others look to you as a leader, a caretaker, the one overall responsible, you are recognizing that you can choose to not fulfill that role at this time, and instead to establish your own needs and expectations for yourself, what you would like to achieve, the desired outcomes, the reality that you want, choosing that instead. And what that does is actually privilege your needs over that of others first. It does not mean that you are discarding your responsibilities, your authentic responsibilities to others. However, you are exercising those on terms that are quite possibly engaged on your terms, on terms that are meaningful and significant for you, for your growth, to have your needs met. And this is radical in this particular setting at this particular time. This could have to do with work. You've established yourself in your place of work, in your profession, and you are now able to choose projects, opportunities that fulfill your needs, that allow you the opportunities to grow and expand and achieve things that are meaningful to you, rather than fulfilling the expectations of the organization or the collaboration or the team that you work with and for. This can also mean you relinquishing a role in which you felt bound, unfairly bound, in a situation in which you received very little back. You are a hard worker, and this is now allowing you to assess what is the best path forward to you at a critical time in your life, when you are looking at the way not only the project and the work that you do as seen by your community, your society, the world, but the ways in which you do it. The card in the present is the King of Pentacles. So yes, Virgo, you are in a place of tremendous sovereignty. You're in a place of mastery, accomplishment, achievement, and reward. You have built a solid foundation. In fact, you are probably seen by others as being abundant, prosperous, accomplished, absolutely. and that is something that you feel good in at this time. However, I see you shifting the terms of that abundance so that your comfort, your enjoyment, your privilege is something that not only provides you with the security and stability, the protection and prosperity that you've worked so hard for, but it also allows you to be discriminating about the way you share your abundance. And this can actually have you making a change in that, becoming flexible, understanding that your sovereignty needs to address your needs, needs to be about your achievements. However, it also is perhaps questioning the value of the things that you've gained at what price. How hard you've had to work for this, what are the things that you've given up in the exchange? And you're really looking at ways in which you are still capable of changing and choosing something different for yourself. It does not mean that you are relinquishing your prosperity or achievements, but it means that the target, the goal of those achievements is shifting more and more to who you are, building up your resources, your foundation, and your prosperity. In the past, we have the Eight of Swords. So this is consuming a tremendous amount of your energy. In fact, I even see you perhaps leading the development of a curriculum, the growth of a particular project in which you are one of the overseers of the thing that's being built, the way the resources are being distributed, who gets to work on it, who gets to fund it. You are a leader. You are a master in the creation and development, the achievement of a project, but it is wearing you out. You are anxious and exhausted. In fact, you're spending a lot of mental anguish trying to make the determination around the ways in which this opportunity will be exercised, expressed. So I see you really in your head rather than in your heart about what your responsibilities are or should be, what are the possible permutations of the various possibilities you could be pursuing, and wearing yourself out with worry and agonizing. Perhaps there is a decision, an offer you want to make to someone else that is terrifying to you. It's a big offer, and it may seem like something small initially, but it is something that you have been thinking about this choice over and over in your head, so that you don't know how to approach this choice, you don't know how to make this offer, you don't know, you're not able to tap into your heart. And that's probably the thing that is missing at this time. But you have a big agenda. You are ambitious. So you are feeling that this anxiety, this worry is part of the price that you pay. In the future, we have the Four of Swords. And boy, I certainly was waiting for this. This tremendous amount of work and effort, this pushing that you're doing, this choice you have, this offer you want to make that represents a change from the way, the terms in which you have been working and in fact living your life, is forcing you to stand back, to take the opportunity to recognize how to heal this conundrum you're in. You are having difficulty releasing the accomplishments, separating yourself from your accomplishments. And that this rest moving forward, this ability to pause, to retreat, to examine your life. And actually, this card also can indicate as you're meditating on this particular choice that you can make, this opportunity to change the terms of your engagement, you are offering up a prayer, you are offering up a request. It's a request for help, for guidance. The standing back allows you to see the many ways in which you have been attempting to shift your perspective in this new way. Make this choice so that you are taking steps to undo and separate yourself from the failures, the errors of your past. Your ability to, your desire to really understand the missteps of the past is helping you to recognize the changes that you've made, how far you've come. Even this choice, which may have been controlling you for much of your life, certainly much of your working life, is really been the ability to even recognize that this conventional path, this path of hard work and dedication, has not always been in alignment with with your desires, your outcomes, and your ability to understand better how you've gotten to this place, how you've made choices, and why you are in a position to make a different choice, to disengage from the outward show of accomplishment and achievement, so that you are actually in a position to recognize you've grown, you've learned, and that you want to understand more. You want to pursue this path, and you really need the time, the rest, the retreat to formulate this offer that you want to make. And this can be an offer to yourself, but it is an offer that allows you to retrace your steps along the lines of the achievement that is still critically important to you, particularly at the end of this establishing this foundation that you're now establishing, not on the basis of material rewards, but on the basis of truth, your truth. I'm going to clarify the 8 of Swords in the back with the 5 of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. My sense is that you have received, you are in communication, you are in a changing dynamic in your place of work, in your domestic environment, where you are recognizing the ineffective, partial truths, the negative motivations of others perhaps, how they feed into your insecurity, how those expectations of others, sometimes unrealistic, certainly often unfair, feed into your sense of insecurity. The sense that you have that you don't know enough, you don't have enough, but you're willing to work with others to achieve that. And as you are now recognizing that this tremendous edifice you've created, this prosperous life, this material comfort and stability, is really in part a facade, in part a protection against the sense of inadequacy, the sense of not being complete or enough to the task, having to make up, is actually changing the way that you do things. In fact, this truth that you're glimpsing, that you are now experiencing, most particularly in your relationships with others, in your communications as a result of those relationships, is really helping you to step back and recognize that you want to learn to do things differently. You need to create a plan moving forward. And this is a personal plan that is helping you to open up to new ways, new plans, new strategies, even new goals. So where your goal in the past may have been more material, your goal as you move into the future is to uncover and to build upon the truths that you've established as part of your spiritual foundation. This is also cultural. And this is very much about the service that the work you do provides to others. So I'm going to finish off this reading, Virgo, with botanical inspiration. And I have pulled the red rose. And the key words are hidden secrets. Buddha says 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. I'm going to leave it here, Virgo. I thank you so much for your time, and until next time, Namaste.